Hello Cancers, I'm here to do your oracle reading for the new supermoon in Libra, October 16th. This moon may have some longer term effects in this house for you. It's going to be highlighting your fourth house, which is your house, Cancer. Capricorn also was in their 10th house. This is going to be highlighted for them too. Just notice this because my south node is in Capricorn and my north node is in Cancer. So just random info there. But I'm here to do this oracle reading for you guys. Just felt compelled to come on and do this for the zodiac. Those of you who are subscribers, you may remember this. It's been a while since I pulled out the Enchanted Map oracle deck for the moon phases here. I'm going to be clarifying with the tarot. So hopefully you find these messages helpful in your clarity, confirmation, forewarning, or encouragement. And hopefully helps and assists you in your own new moon manifestations, new beginnings. Hope you all are doing well. Let's see what we got for Cancers. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. There may be messages in your other signs. Okay. Let's jump right into this. Cancers. Your recent past. We're looking into your recent past. Golden Palace. 4 of Coins. So in your home, family, roots, things like that, in your recent past, there's been some abundance, some security restored. I also feel that this has been a foundation that many of you have been conscious of, that there's some gratitude that you've had for your roots, for even your upbringing. Some of you may feel that there's a richness in the history of your family. Some of you, that structure that is so important to you. Okay, your fourth house is about you too, your past, their traditions. It also has to do with some privacy and your feelings of nurturing others, affection, your emotional security as well. So I feel like many of you Cancers have felt your emotional security has been restored. I'm getting kind of a feeling of a healing relationship with a family member, or just overall there's been some stability that has returned to your home, your family, in the way of finances and material things as well, but also maybe even with health. Someone has shown signs of stabilizing, or your own health has shown signs of stabilizing. And so with this, some of you, this has been like a welcome change or return to this strong feeling that your family foundation is solid. It is a great place to have sprungboard off of if you're going into like your deep past, or again if there has been any feeling of loss of stability or loss of structure. This has returned in your recent past, so this is very welcoming energy for you guys with this, the recent past, especially with this house, with this 4 of Coins energy. I'm also getting a bit of maybe privacy and secrecy with finances, legacy, what's going to be left, also what has been left. Maybe there's been something here where you've been kind of holding back, or there's someone who's been holding back on just how well they've been doing financially. Someone in your family or even yourself may have come into some abundance or increase or wealth, but have been keeping it kind of under wraps or to yourself for kind of the safety of maybe keeping it in use for what it is intended for. In that sense, just kind of pick that up a little bit for you Cancers. So here in some of you too, I feel like a stabilization within the mother energy, with their health. That could be going well too. Again, these are general readings. I don't want to get too specific with things, and but that's something again that's coming up. So looking into your present point of advantage, we do have unexpected visitors with the Hanged Man. Okay. Some of you, I feel now, where there's Some of you may be making some type of sacrifice in the form of something to do with your security. Something unexpected could be going on as well too, where someone, if not you, are pulling out of a family structure. There could be some of you too where there's someone who someone who's making a necessary sacrifice for you unexpectedly. I'm also getting there's been just right now there's a sense of waiting out, waiting, being prepared too for the unexpected, expecting the unexpected, and doing and positioning yourself in a space where you are there to either react or not react to what is unexpected or what's coming in to your family structure. Some of you unexpectedly may be actually receiving some visitors, or you're accommodating someone who's unexpectedly come into your family world or your home even. There's a sense of you having a different perspective or need, or having a different perspective about things, being less rigid in. There's something here with change, unexpected change, surrendering to the experience of needing to hang tight for a bit. Some of you unexpectedly may be deciding to stay in a space where you were first considering a move. I'm also kind of getting that that if you were considering a move, it was in because of kind of an individual or a space that you felt maybe that you wanted to get away from, or you needed to separate yourself from, but then it's like something unexpected happens and this issue, person, problem kind of solved itself, and now you're a bit like, oh well, that was unexpected, and now I'm kind of seeing my home in new eyes, or I'm seeing something here where there's like a new perspective based on what someone else in your family has decided to change and do, that changes your view on where you were about to make some type of change. So that's why I'm seeing this a little bit. Someone in your world, in your home too, may have made a change. May have made a change. And I'm also, this is someone who maybe was someone who was maybe felt like they were being crucified by your family. You might have felt like that in a way in some area, being judged or something like this. But this is something here where there's like a new perspective on someone who's like a black sheep in a family. Some of you, yeah, there's like a black sheep kind of energy that I'm getting, that either you have or someone else has, that surprises you, or you're surprising others in your family by the way things are now changing for you. It could be changing for the better. I feel it, and it's an energy where, or someone else in your family is changing for the better. There's a sense of like pulling out of an, like this was unexpected, so now my plans are changing, or now my perspective has changed, or I'm seeing things in a new light. Someone's seeing things in a new light. You're seeing your home family in a new light, or your home and family is seeing you in a new light. Okay. Some of you might be asked as well to make some sort of sacrifice in the form of something with your family. Someone. Okay, we'll go into your challenge or resistance here. Sacred Pool with the Two of Wands. So I feel for some of you this challenge or resistance, I feel this is an inner well with this Sacred Pool. two paths in how you maybe almost kind of ignoring or not seeing the benefit of, I feel it's almost like people staying together or going separate ways. There's a resistance here in, I feel, there being someone around you, family or you, going kind of in different directions. Some of you, I feel there's a space or an energy that is trying to, there's something here where there's again a perspective change on a path and a choice. And so it was something that has changed within the circumstances of family, is giving you this feeling that if you go your separate ways, or if you separate, then maybe then there's some type of loss, needing to make a decision. And it's like there's something that maybe you feel like you'll lose either way. There's like a win-win situation, but there's also kind of like, I'm getting a contradictory energy. It's almost like there's something that you wanted to change, and then when it changes, and maybe it changes without your input, or it changes with your input, then there's kind of this pause and this kind of assessment of, but wait, do I really want this? Do I really want to go this way, or do I really want to go in this direction that may be away from my family? Or is it best to stay or best to go? Or is it, am I losing something, or am I losing something, or am I gaining something with a change? This is the kind of the question that I'm getting in my head with this, Cancers. There's a sense of like, do I go it alone, or do I stay with this in this environment, or do I move my family here, or do I move my family there? It's like some of you are searching for this sacred pool. There's something here that you might be looking outside of yourself, but it's actually within. There's some internal work here. And then this is a strengthening period here. And sometimes with family, when there are challenges or things that come up where there are changes and shifts that go on, it's like choosing to stay and fight, or fight through it, or struggle through it to get to a stronger position, or just kind of just separate, go on your own and create a new structure. Just kind of searching for, where is that sacred pool for you? Some of you, again, or is it about a space or place, or is it about the people that are around you? And that's where I feel like some of you, where this is a challenge. If it's a challenge to go down a new road, or stay in the road that you're in, or stay in the place that you're in, paths may be opening up too as far as children go. Some of you might be surrendering to the experience of something happening sooner than expected with a family member, or even with yourself. These changes in path and a pathway opening up. Some of you in kind of submitting or surrendering to the experience of what's happening around you. The challenge is kind of like, for you, is like there's something here where there's someone whose presence may have meant more to you than you realized or let on, and now that this person's maybe going on a different path or a journey, maybe away from the family or away from tradition, there's kind of this feeling of there's a new perspective on this. It's like someone who feels like, well, I don't know what this person is gonna do. Kind of someone who has, you're expecting the unexpected with this person all the time. Then there's something here that's like, it changes your perspective. There's someone who's actually may know exactly what they are doing, and that puts you in a place where it's like your judgment may have been off about where a family member is kind of veering in a different direction, or just finding a different way to, there's something here about releasing control that I feel some of you Cancers may be needing to do. And this could be releasing maybe a little bit of control over a child, or where this control is being released from you, of someone else having this say-so in your life, or you having say-so in someone else's life. I'm kind of getting this message that, well, the kids are all right, and that something is not as bad as it once was with someone. Also get that there's like someone who has become enlightened through it. There's a perspective too on your past and your tradition, that and even what the structure of a family is, structure of what your home is. What does that mean to you? Kind of like there's no one way. There's no one way. There's a different perspective that needs to be accepted, that others have different perspectives, even coming from the same space, that it can produce, the same foundation can create different types of people who come out differently and see the world differently. Everyone's worldview coming from a family is not going to be the same. You're all unique in a way, and I feel that any of you have maybe felt like that, things, everyone needs to kind of study the same religion, or go towards this type of career path, or get married and have children, and that whole type of tradition. There's something here where there's someone who's finding their own way, and it's almost like this peace in letting that happen, letting them discover what their structure is. And that could be somewhere where that energy is being extended to you, Cancer, on what just kind of veering away from tradition, or finding a different way of finding that peace, that structure, that stability. Okay, so looking into where your unexpected help is. This is coming to life. Seven of Cups. So it looks like there's going to be some options opening up to you. And there's actually a plan that is going to take fruition and come to life. Something that you might have felt. There's a breaking of a mold here. Again, breaking of a mold. Considering options and new ways of relating, new ways of finding that security. This is also some type of increase for me, for some of you, and an increase in the way of how things come together for a family, for your home, for your structure. I'm seeing there being options opening up. I'm also seeing that there could be a space that's opening up in your home, and again, someone again coming into their own, and that meaning more options for you. I also feel this is somewhat of a dream being realized. A dream being realized. And also, I feel for some of you, I feel like there's going to be a number of people in your family who are, if not one person, at least kind of like people maybe in your extended family, where there's new life coming into the family. And this creating new options for you, and new options for the family, and accommodating this new life. There being some type of change agent, or something here where there's like once I also get kind of the feeling that there's something that it's like you thought it would never happen, and it's going to be happening. This new moon in Libra, I feel, is going to be ushering in a new beginning with someone in particular in your life, family, that is coming into their own. And there's something almost kind of illusionary with this, but this being an unexpected help is like the ability to see, dream, feel what is possible. There's more possible. It's not too late for something for some of you. It's not, it's like there's something here where you've been patient with, something that you've been patient with, I feel, with family, is about to begin. And there does seem to be almost receiving more. Like if some of you may have felt like the path that someone was taking is so different from the tradition that there was a feeling of not knowing how to feel about it, or feeling like you were going to be missing out, or this person was going to be missing out on. I feel like it's like someone who you maybe thought was going to remain single, childless, someone who's just like living their life, single, childless, maybe is now, there's something here that's opening up where now this person might be bringing new life into the family, and something that you wanted to see happen is going to be happening, coming into their own, coming to life. Plan or idea and options towards that. And I feel with a space or something else opening up with family, or something of where you're being freed up from some type of responsibility towards someone, or someone is taking on their own responsibility, where you can release this person, trusting that they're going to find their own way, brings in more space for you to dream, to consider new possibilities where they were not existing before. There's something here where there's like an inspiration that someone actually inspires you with the way they've stuck to their own way, or stuck to their own kind of belief. And there's almost a sense of like there's of you understanding that there could be different paths and different roads, but they almost kind of lead to the same stream. There's a sense of too, like everyone, there's something within family that runs in family, or what family could be even spiritually strong, gifted in, that it manifests itself in the physical in different ways. But you see that it all kind of comes together and works out as a variety of different people coming together. There's more acceptance too for that alternative way of life that maybe you are coming into, or someone in your family is coming into. There's more acceptance in this, and seeing that that there is something that is good that can come from people within one unit or within one space, having a different variety of ways that they achieve their goals or achieve their aim towards family security. Okay. And exploring options too when it comes to health concerns, and if some of you unexpectedly, where there was structure in health, if there's someone where it's like unexpectedly now you've got to be pulled out of some activity, or needing to slow down because of that, there could be some alternative ways that you can restore health, or restore that feeling of stability, and considering your options as it comes to that. Alternative medicines, alternative ways, something here that has to do with that is changing, or has changed, or is in the process of changing. And I'm also really kind of getting the messages that where you were going to kind of uproot and change, there's more of this sense of, I should stay right here, and there's more for me to explore right where I am. There's changes that could be made right where I am. I don't have to actually pick up my family and move, or pick up myself and move. There's something that could be done within a space that I'm already in. This is where I'm seeing this. So what your unexpected, or I'm sorry, what your advice is, it's a Dragon's Lair, 4 of Cups. Okay, Dragon's Lair is, it's going into a space where it is necessary in order for you to obtain power, overcome fears. This is something here where this is like whatever is in front of you, but especially with this 4 of Cups, it is kind of like what would be pulling you outside. 'Cause this is like a window. What would be pulling you out of what's in front of you? There's almost like go within. Go and, instead of, it's almost like instead of running out of the burning house. It's like run towards the fire. Run towards it. Because it's, in some ways, there's something here that you diffuse in this space. I'm also kind of getting that your presence is a lot more influential. Is a lot in your family. Your presence is a lot more influential than you've been led to believe. And so if there was any attitude where you felt like, oh, I'm not needed here, or I'm not being used here. I feel useless. I feel, everyone's kind of doing their own thing. So let me try to do my own thing. It's like, wait a minute here, Cancer. There's something here that you provide that is powerful, and there's something of like not running away from challenging issues or things that have to do with family. There's not necessarily something on the outside that you need to change. It's like more something internal and with your own perception. I also feel like some of you will be getting some kind of unexpected declarations of appreciation from family. What your presence is doing in a space is more than you realize. And there is a sense of like, yes, focus on what is in front of you. Do not worry about what is outside of you, what is outside of your family as well. There's also this sense of protection. I'm also kind of getting, in some ways, you may be that dragon in the sense of like, people on the outside, or what there's very little that can invade or intrude in your home space while you are there. There's very little that can distract or pull someone. There's power here in the dragon's lair, and it's saying to just face it, and as well, don't run away from it. Also, it is saying that you are divinely equipped to handle anything that goes that may be a little fearful to deal with family. It's kind of looking at these cups and how they're designed here. Yeah, so I feel there's power in it, even in where there are differences in how there's something here with the family structure. I just feel that your place in it is still needed. Your position is still called for. Your presence is still crucial in things kind of remaining or being there's something here with emotional stability too. Knowing that you're keeping what is sacred to you, what is close to you, safe. Some of what's maybe changed around a home, or where you felt like you might have needed to change things, could have to do with like the safety, protection. Some of you might be looking for alternative ways to hold on to one space and feel safe within that space. You could be getting some home security system or something else here that, or even something with protecting your home, protecting what is sacred to you in the form of even what your emotional stability is, so you're not looking at the outside. Something that's about like tending to your problems or issues within family rather than ignoring them or just leaving them in your place. I feel like, again, what your place is in a family is being reworked, restructured, or you're seeing the beauty in there being kind of different ways that you contribute, or someone else contributes. What we have for the outcome is balancing act with the Queen of Coins. So I do feel like, again, if there is any kind of feeling of loss of security, or there being a foundation that is a little shaky, and you wanting to make a change, this does seem like things will balance out, and there's some security that will be restored. Even if it's in a sense where someone is so different, or lives their life so differently in your family, that it is best to have separate spaces or separate quarters and going through different paths. And you may miss this person or individual, and you may wish that things could be somewhat different, but at the same time, this is maybe something that is needed for you or for someone else. I'm feeling like there's like mixed messages that have come through with this reading. I'm going to try to tie it together, and hopefully maybe the Wild Offering card will. But there's something being restored too in the form of health and balancing things out. Also as well too, I'm kind of getting that some of you may be in this space, and it really depends on your age, Cancer, where you're in preparation for, or preparing for, when you can't be around to protect and provide for your family. And that might not be an easy thing to do, but at the same time, it's like it does require your focus, where you the dragon's lair could be kind of in some ways the worst fear, but it also is like, if it's being presented to you, you're being asked, and you also you again, you're equipped to handle what is in here that slays the dragon and gives you power. And so where this is headed is for where things will be balanced out, and there will be some type of security here. I'm also kind of getting a space from home that some of you will be working from, and it could be, again, where someone is leaving, someone is unexpectedly just opening the door and going off and doing their own thing. This is someone, again, who's like a black sheep, and they just may, and some of you, you might have set the tone, or you do set the tone in your family, especially if you're, a head of a household, or, a part, what you accept in your home just maybe or has got someone into this space of, well, then I need to get my own. I need to get away from Cancer's rules and their structure, and or some of this is your energy where it could be a mother energy that you feel like you have to kind of step out of and be different and dare to be different in this family, and you, even though it might be, I feel it's almost like something that you don't want to do, but it's necessary, or it has to be done. It actually brings you some balance. It actually brings you more security, and something where a space does open up. I feel like some of you will be maybe turning it into something that generates some income. I also feel like for some of you that there's something here being reworked or rewritten in the form of legal documents or papers. Again, you exploring your options, where especially being sure that others are taken care of in your absence, or someone is doing that or has done that with you in the form of things being done fairly or fairly distributed within a family structure. I do feel like it's going to be restored through again, someone else too coming into their own in the form of I'm kind of getting this snake around here too with this card. There's someone who's like in your family who's kind of found their own key to success. They may have found it in a way, again, that was very different from what was set before them. That's like someone's like setting a new precedent for future generations. There's someone who has successfully kind of balanced where they've come from and where they're being called to in their life. Definitely could be you or someone else. I'm also seeing this as increase as far as money and finances coming in. Money and finances coming in that does make a situation better. Wherever your needs, whatever needs you've needed, Cancer, in your home and family, I do feel you're in the, there's a process of them being met, needs being met, and more of this abundance coming in and more of this security coming in. And it's like the road someone may have taken in your family may have been so different that there was a worry or a fear that of where they were going, but in releasing control and releasing a need to control someone else's path, they have found their own way in a way that is going to be beautiful, or is, you know, you will see this. And I also feel like some of you are going to realize where you've been under I'm getting a feeling of your belief or your perception changing from tradition, and it's almost like judgment, passing judgment on how others are living their life, or someone doing that towards you. I'm feeling like, again, there's something here where it's like there's no need to worry about someone, and there's maybe no need for a family to worry about you. Things are going to be balanced out, or balancing out in a way that we will be manifesting and seeing that there's improvement. This is also somewhere where there is health or something here that is stabilizing. Some of you are going to be finding yourself unexpectedly pregnant, unexpectedly. You're going from having 1 to 2 children. There's alternatives maybe that you're considering based on this child being born. It's not your own child, again, it's someone else's. There's maybe a fear here of some family needing to step in where there was a partner or someone, yeah, someone could have gotten pregnant in your family or is going to, when the partner is either like not going to be stepping up to responsibility. There's something here where you or someone else or your family may be needing to step up in responsibility for a child, where there's someone who, yeah, they've kind of gone off and done their own thing, and now they're maybe dealing with some type of consequence or needing to surrender to the experience of becoming pregnant by someone who maybe didn't want what they wanted, or is not providing that structure that you felt like that person should have. This could even be your situation, but it's like something balances out here and there is security restored. It just may be a matter of time, or someone needing a bit more patience before or someone needing to tie up kind of loose ends. There's also the birth of a child that's going to maybe change the situation as well. And some of you might be in that mode where you are stepping in as like, you know, again, being very kind of protective over your family and how others are maybe invading or coming in or wanting to invade or come in and destroy, or kind of like, you know that you would know that this family member doesn't deserve to be treated this way, or and you would be stepping in that sense. But everything is going to kind of balance out in a way that, especially when or when the child is born, or you know, something like that's coming in too for some of you, that the situation is going to stabilize. You know, right now things may be seeming like they're turned upside down, the way you look at things. Like there's a situation that's like this isn't how it's supposed to happen, but it's like the way things happen and the structure of things now are very different from the way they were in the past, and that's a realization or an acceptance that you will need to accept, and as well to allow others to find their own way. Let's get your Wild Offerings Oracle card. I just feel like this is like the feeling that things are getting out of control, or not stabilizing, or not stable, is a temporary thing. And I feel like some of you will be surprised at how well things kind of do come together. And respecting other people's processes and learning their own life lessons, and how they get to that point of stability, and what defines family and home security for them, their own emotional protective over family, or someone in your family is being very protective over you. But that is your energy, Cancer, as far as like family being everything to you. Your family being the most important thing to you. And yeah, so I do feel like, again, you're going to be realizing how important your presence is. If you felt like you're too much of a black sheep, it's like there might not have been any communication in telling you how well you do contribute to family, even just by just your presence being there. Or that you were there. Some people in your family, their life is better or different just because you existed. And that's something I feel like you need to, especially looking in the past and having regrets, or for the way things used to be, or being a little bit nostalgic in that sense, or even feeling like what you sacrificed was for nothing. No, it's not for nothing. You will see what your sacrifice has brought, and others will see that as well. And any difficult things that you have to do, even if you don't want to, there's still a blessing coming out of a family situation. Okay, that was a little too much. Well, no. Well, we got 3. And you know what? Who else got 3? Is Gemini. Gemini got 3. Because that was another kind of message where I felt like this energy can translate in a number of ways differently for different people. So we're gonna take the 3 for you guys again. So gratitude. Find just one thing that you feel grateful for right now, and let that gratitude pour through your body. It's a healing balm like the warmth of the sun. Okay. Gratitude definitely is an energy that can transform your perception of where you are. Body. Show me, divine, how to love and fully care for this body. Please give me the radiant miracle of accepting my body as it is. That could be, again, the message with the health and things improving or finding alternative ways. Also needing to surrender to an experience where it is beneficial for you to stay in one place. Courage. Divine courage is not the absence of fear, but a nudge that says, keep going, do it, don't worry, all will be well. You have to get quiet enough to hear it. Dear Divine, may I feel your courage and your will. Now that's very fitting for this advice here with this Dragon's Lair and this 4 of Cups. Feel the fear, do it anyway, keep going. Wow, I do feel like these messages may have tied it together. What the moon is trying to convey to you, and the moon being, you know, your star, Cancer. I do feel it's almost as if like, well, there was a lot to kind of decipher through this, and maybe some of you again may have gotten this message, or you know, maybe it's more clearer to you than I was expressing it, or you know, it's trying to express it. And again, there's different ways that this could be manifesting for you all. But these 3 messages to meditate on for you, Cancer, one of them, at least one of them, if not all of them, should be standing out to you as far as whatever this 4th house and the new moon energy is bringing. But I do feel like it's bringing balance, especially with this and, you know, the new moon in Libra, that eventually that you're going to see that this has been something of a strong manifestation. And the way something manifests, I do feel like there is a desire or dream that you will see in your lifetime with your family come to pass and come to fruition. And it just, the way that it comes about is just going to be looking very different. Like the story looks like it's heading one way, but actually there's something here that is going to come together in a way that is strong. And you're also going to see how your influence really does influence or an effect in your place in your family, how important it really is, and even how important your differences is, how you see things, how you approach life. It all comes together as like different members of the body, but you all are of the same body. You all kind of serve different functions, but when you come together and things do come together, it is, and still can be a beautiful thing, even if it's just very different from the traditional way or structure that your family came from. Okay. I'm also now I'm picking up a little bit more here that there's some knowledge in some of you that is you're going to be coming into about your family history that does give you different perspective. Does give you different perspective. So I'm going to leave this here for you, Cancers. I do hope it was helpful for you. I also recommend that you maybe check your other signs. There's some signs their messages really flow, and some of them, you know, there's some, again, energies and messages that the way they would translate is going to be just so different. So I apologize if it felt vague for you, but I do feel, again, with this being your energy, you're going to know exactly kind of what to do. Body, gratitude, courage. So I hope this helped. If it did, give me a like. And I will be back with the seasonal details, dates, and time frames. This was something more I felt led to do for the zodiac in regards to this new supermoon in Libra. Patience is going to be, I feel, something that, again, what you see manifested will take some time, but it's on that road there. Face your fears. Continue to provide that protective energy. Okay, so I'm going to leave this at that. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your 2020. Take care.